Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of State of Independence. I'm your host, Tucker Berger. Thank you for joining me. We're doing something a little different tonight because honestly, I had a little bit of a rough day. I got pretty pissed off. I had to go to a doctor's appointment that was like 25 miles away from where I usually have to go, just completely out of my way. And it was pretty hot today. I kind of drive an older car and it overheated on me. And yeah, a couple things just didn't go right. Taco Bell didn't get my order correct again. And I was just pissed off. I came home and I was about to make this video and I said to myself, I don't need to make this video whenever I'm in this state of mind. I'm going to go on like an angry rant and that's not really what I'm trying to do right now. But so I put on some Michael Jackson and kind of just jammed out in my living room for 45 minutes. And it put me in a lot better of a mood. And I came across a song that I forgot about, and I figured I would share it with you guys. This is a song that was unreleased because it was supposed to come out in 1993. It is called Palestine Don't Cry. Now, they wouldn't let him release this song, and he tried to perform it anyway at a concert in Brazil, I believe. And he got a lot of backlash for this simple poem song that he made about the people of Palestine. And it's pretty crazy, but I just wanted to share it with you guys. It's a pretty good song.
When stories of peace were told of how Galilee ran through the Jordan River, what remains are cold tales of war, of the deaf and dying. Bombshells are flying, bodies multiplying. See the children crying, what are they fighting for? Whoa, I will pray for you, Palestine, Palestine, oh Palestine. I will carry you, oh, Palestine, Palestine, for you, oh Palestine. Oh, I believe in you, oh Palestine. I will die for you. I will pray for you. Palestine, oh Palestine, I will carry you. Oh, 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 oh. Palestine, 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 Palestine. Come deep in my heart, I'll always love you. Ooh, love you. Palestine, don't cry, I'll pray for you. Oh, Palestine, oh Palestine, oh Palestine, God's a place for you. Oh, Palestine, and I believe in you. Oh, Palestine, I will die for you. I will pray for you. Palestine, I will carry you. Palestine.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting
Got to
song. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And, there was nothing extremely controversial about that. All he was saying was, I will pray for you. I know the people are dying. And he was just trying to have some humanity and reach out and just kind of be the voice that some of those people couldn't be. And whether or not, you think, oh yeah, I know Hamas is a terrorist group, but all of the people of Gaza and the people of the West Bank and all those other people, they're humans. A lot of them are just regular people like you and me, just trying to make it, just struggling. And this is an issue in the entire world. It's not just Israel. There are people that are just radicalizing so much and going to the far right, the far left, whatever other direction you want to call Middle Eastern terrorism, you want to call Zionism. Like it's hard to even like put a label on everything at this point because everybody is just going so extreme to their corner and just behaving in such a terrible way that we're all losing our humanity and we're getting closer and closer to ripping ourselves apart. It's crazy, but either way, I just find it insane that Michael Jackson could make a song like that that's not even offensive really, and they could ruin his life for it because oddly enough, they kept warning him not to make or to release the song. He kept trying to anyway. He was really angering some of the producers and some of the owners of the industry. And yeah, a lot of people are saying that that's the reason why Michael Jackson's career got ruined. His image got ruined. He got blackballed completely. And, I'm not going to put that tinfoil hat on and say, oh, yeah, that's completely what happened. But generally, in a lot of, or yeah, in a lot of those situations, if somebody in power is angry at you and they have the ability to ruin your life, they'll do it. They will make you look like a crazy person. They'll do all kinds of stuff to you. They'll threaten you. But then they'll start out by trying to give you money. That's always how it starts. They offer you the money, and when you don't take the money and you try to stand on your principles, they threaten you. Then they ruin your life. So it's a perspective to think of. So that song was re-released out of the archives of Michael Jackson in 2014, and that was remade with an AI. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I wanted to check this out because Marco Rubio went to go visit Israel and Qatar after Israel attacked Qatar. Not, I don't know, however you want to say it. They went there to go kill Hamas leaders, and they killed Qatari security men and other people in the process. They did not ask for permission. They completely violated the sovereignty of Qatar's border. Qatar is supposed to be an ally of the U.S. and a very strong one and important one because we have one of the largest air force bases there in Qatar, and it's not right. Everybody's really angry about it, and it's actually causing the Middle East to rethink their entire relationship with the US because we can't ensure them any security if Israel just jumps across their borders and attacks people randomly. And this wasn't just going to kill terrorists because, oh, we know where the terrorists are. No, it's a lot worse than that because they were trying to negotiate peace to get the hostages back. So the Hamas leaders were going to Qatar because Qatar was the neutral party that was trying to hash out the deal between the two parties. And while the deal was being negotiated on, Israel said, oh, screw it. We don't care about diplomacy. And I guess we don't care about the hostages either. We're going to go try to take out these leaders. So I just wanted to see what they said about it.
You guys see that plane flying around? Not crazy? What's up?
What are you reading for today?
Come on, man. Go Gators. Big game at LSU. We'll see what happens.
What is your message to the Prime Minister on this event?
Well, look, the U.S.-Israeli relationship is very strong. It continues to be strong. The president wants this conflict to end. He wants all the hostages out, all 48 of them, living and deceased. Obviously, we're concerned that events last week, he didn't like the way it went down. He's expressed that publicly. There's concern that perhaps that could... We'll talk about, what impact it's going to have on efforts to get all the hostages back, get rid of Hamas, end this war. That's the president's priority.
What leverage can the U.S. bring to bear on that?
Well, I don't know about leverage. Look, our relationship with Israel is very strong. Everybody knows that. I wouldn't call it leverage. I do think we have influence. I think because we've worked on so many things together. So we'll be there to express that and also to express the president's views, which is that he wants Hamas defeated. He wants the war to end. He wants all 48 hostages home, including those that are deceased. And he wants it all at once. Like, he wants all the...
I personally find it to be kind of ridiculous that he's over here saying, I don't want to use the term leverage either, but he's talking about it like we're just two completely equal allies that bring the same things to the table. That's not the case. We basically pay for their entire military. We pay for a lot of their technology and security infrastructure. A lot of American companies provide that. There are a lot of Israeli companies that do provide defense technology and security technology, but in the long run, we have provided so much militarily to Israel that we should have the ability to say, hey, we don't like what you're doing. Stop doing that, especially because it's something as unreasonable as attacking a neutral party. And he's over here saying the president wants to defeat Hamas and get the hostages. Well, he literally just said he wants to have his cake and eat it too. Like, I understand the whole thing about, oh yeah, we got to defeat Hamas. Yeah, they're bad people. Did you know that Bibi Netanyahu provided some of the original green lights and funding to let Hamas form into being a group? Now, I'm sorry, I don't know the perfect details on that, but you can look that up. Look it up. Netanyahu connected to Hamas, and it'll say it. And it's because Netanyahu wanted a terroristic thug mafia group to take over Gaza, and that way they could overthrow the officially politically elected people. And at that point, he could say, okay, well, they don't even have official government with any official representatives. They're just ran by a bunch of thugs. So I don't have to negotiate with them at this point. I can label them as terrorist threats and just go after them. It's kind of like the same way that Trump was saying we need to designate the cartels as terrorists. So now we just have a green light to just start shooting people down all over the place. And he has an excuse to go to Venezuela and try to provoke Venezuela into attacking us because he's down there blowing up boats and stuff. And the excuse for that one is, oh, we got to stop the fentanyl, we got to stop the cocaine. Well, most of that stuff actually comes from Mexico. Tren de Aragua deals in a lot of human trafficking and some other stuff. They do deal with drugs a little bit, but most of your fentanyl is coming from Mexico. So I don't even think that excuse is viable at all. But yeah, let's get back to Marco here.
Hostages now, not 5 and 10 and piecemeal, and we'll have to discuss about how the events last week had an impact on the ability to achieve that in short order.
The Taliban just said that they're...
Go ahead. The Taliban
The Taliban is putting out a word that the U.S. has agreed to a prisoner swap. The Secretary
Well, I don't know. Look, our special envoy for people unlawfully detained has been having conversations for a while. I think he went there to explore what's possible. Obviously, it'll be the president's decision in terms of any trades or any exchanges. But we most certainly want any Americans or anyone who's being unlawfully detained to be released. And so he went there to explore what that would look like.
Are you fully supportive of an offensive into Gaza City? What are you going to talk to the Israelis about on that regard?
Yeah, I don't know if we should get into that. I mean, I'm not going to get into that in the media other than to say the president wants this to be finished with. And finished with meaning 48 hostages released all at once. Hamas no longer a threat. So we can move on to the next phase, which is how do you rebuild Gaza? How do you provide security? How do you make sure Hamas or anything like it never comes back again? That's the president's priority. That's always been his priority. And that's what we're going to try to move forward on. And part of what we're going to have to discuss as part of this visit is how the events of last week with Qatar impact that.
Do you think the Qataris will still work with the U.S.?
I met with them. Vice President and I met with the Prime Minister yesterday. I know they had dinner with the President last night. So, we have a relationship with them as well. We've been working on a number of things with them. They've been, for example, very helpful in the DRC, Rwanda, or with the M23. They've been hosting those talks. So we had a visit there earlier this year. I did, and then went back a second time with the president. So they've been good partners on a number of fronts.
What about the president's plane, Mr. Secretary? Is there any questions or
No, it never
is it
came up.
impacted in any way?
It never came up with me or in any conversation we had.
But do
Are
you
you
think
concerned at all that they may follow through on their threat to do strikes again?
That was something I thought of immediately when the Qatar attack happened. I was like, yeah, what about that plane that Qatar wanted to gift President Trump? I'll bet they totally want their plane back. Yeah, and then also I saw some reports, I think yesterday, that a lot of Middle Eastern companies and even some of I think the countries like Saudi Arabia, they're pulling out a lot of investment towards the United States that they said they were making with Trump whenever he did his little tour of the Middle East earlier this year. And, I was excited about it when I saw that. I'm like, man, that's amazing. We've got good relations in the Middle East. They actually respect him, because Biden went out there and was like trying to fist bump the king of or royal prince of Saudi Arabia. And he was like, what the hell is this guy? And so I was excited about it. But now we're allowing Israel to jump over borders and just violate the sovereignty of people's borders and space. And yeah, it's a little crazy. So yeah, I'm interested to see what this meeting with Rubio and the Prince of Qatar.
If you don't understand the rules of power, you will certainly lose to someone who does.
How was your trip? You come from Israel, yeah?
I did. It was not too long. I think we got here 2 minutes early. And then we had to wait on before we wanted to stop for everyone. I was going to call students on my land at 2:30 in the morning.
Okay, well, there was one thing also about Marcus.
This is the office. This is
Well, as you saw, the Israelis have begun to take operations there, so we think we have a very short window of time in which a deal could happen. We don't have months anymore, and we probably have days and maybe a few weeks, so it's a key moment, an important moment. And again, our preference, our number one choice is that this ends through a negotiated settlement where Hamas says, we're going to demilitarize, we're no longer going to pose a threat, we're going to disband, we're going to release every single hostage. By the way, there shouldn't be a single hostage. If you want to fight a war, you fight wars between combatants. You don't fight wars by taking civilians as human shields And in this particular case with the hostages, for almost over 2 years now, that's a barbaric practice. It's unacceptable practice.
Really, man? What the hell are you even saying that's a barbaric practice? You're not even fighting combatants with combatants. You're literally just flying in and dropping carpet bombs. Just carpet bombing areas. Just like and you don't care how many women and children are there. You're just like, "Oh, I know Hamas is in there and they're hiding behind all those women and children." Well, those women and children should be giving up Hamas or they're guilty too. Like, what the hell kind of reasoning is that? And then you're over here saying that taking hostages is barbaric. I don't agree with taking hostages either. I don't want anybody to take anybody hostage. But I mean, hell, whenever you're fighting a war or a resistance, really, that's not even a war, and that's their only leverage they can get. Yeah, I can kind of understand that. And then to add on to that, he's like, "Oh yeah, we want to make a deal. We want every single hostage released." They were trying to negotiate a deal to release the hostages in Qatar. And he was close because the leader of Qatar, I watched an interview the other day. He said that I think he said he was like 2 hours away from going to meet with the Hamas leader that was staying at a hotel or something. To go meet with him and see what he wanted to do about the hostage deal, and he was going to tell Israel. And Israel just came in and attacked him and tried to kill everybody. Like, what do you mean you want to negotiate a settlement? This is crazy. And the people that are just believing this, and I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anybody if you're like bought into this, but I mean, just really soak it in for a second. Have a little bit of like logic and humanity of everything he was just saying. Like it's insane. I just don't know how we keep supporting this because statistically, I'm trying to think of what it is. I think it said that they blow up 4 or 5 civilians for every one Hamas that they kill. And what do you mean? Oh, we're going to go in and demilitarize them. You're just dropping bombs on them. Have you seen pictures of Gaza? And then just one more thing I wanted to say was like, you guys probably don't know this, but 250 of our representatives are all in Israel right now, having some kind of gathering called 50 States, One Israel. And they all went to go like plant trees on the anniversary of October 7th. And the same time that all of them were visiting and doing this, Israel is doing their full-blown invasion into Gaza City again. So they're going in and like dropping bombs and rolling in tanks and all that stuff, while all these American representatives are here taking photos and planting trees and all this stuff. It's insane. And then these people just want to say, no, it's not that. It's this, and everything we're doing is justified. And they're not going to do a single thing to Israel. They're not going to penalize them. They're not going to like do any kind of action to saying, "Oh, we're going to cut some of your funding." Not even a slap on the wrist. And it's because they have their hands so far deep into our representatives and our government. You can't even get anybody to say anything bad about the country of Israel in our house, except for maybe Thomas Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene, Ro Khanna, some of those other people. And the rest of them are like AIPAC, 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 AIPAC funds all of their campaigns. This is not America first. This is not the America first agenda that we voted for. This is Israel first. This is stop everything you're doing and give Israel what they need first. Israel has a very nice country with healthcare, really nice infrastructures, all kinds of brand new technology. They're a pretty wealthy country, and they're only in like a little bit of debt compared to what we're in. And we just keep going into more and more debt, trying to say, "Oh, do you need anything? Do you need anything, Israel?" What the hell, man? And then people are going to turn around and say, "Oh, that's anti-Semitic." That's anti-Semitic. What are you talking about, dude? I'm commenting on a government and the actions of a government and an administration that is also both administrations, the U.S. and the other country, and the leadership of both countries, just because they're so. It's an evil marriage. It's a very evil marriage between the two countries. And the UN just made the ruling the other day saying that, oh yeah, they're definitely committing the G word. And yeah, I probably said some other words that I wasn't supposed to say, but I'm going to try on that one. But they're like, yeah, they're definitely committing the G word. But I know the UN is kind of a bunch of idiots anyway. I don't really think the UN means anything. It's kind of useless. It has no power because when Ukraine was invaded, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna sanction Russia and we're gonna wag our finger at them and say Russia don't do that. They had no power to do anything. It didn't do crap. And then all their little work they do in Africa and stuff, most of that is corrupt. Most of them have like money funneling through laundering. It's ridiculous. But either way, it took the rest of the world this long to come together and say, oh yeah, this thing's definitely happening. So the only two countries that are not acknowledging that, a group of people is being oppressed is the United States and Israel. And it's because they're the two countries making it happen. And October 7th was terrible. It was really bad. But in comparison, you've had like 70,000 Palestinian people die, and a lot of those be women and children. Yeah, I mean, however you feel about the politics of the situation, have a little humanity here, man. I mean, come on, whether you're left or right. Yeah, it's a crazy situation. Um, let me see. Yeah, I've got just a little bit more time, and we're gonna watch this. 50 states, one Israel. Yeah. Okay, let's just try to watch a quickie on it. Yeah, see, they don't have much coverage on it. Yeah, the news channels aren't really covering it. What the hell? Yeah, it's only showing that. Yeah, see, what's the deal? The news channels are not really covering it. I didn't hear about it until I saw it from somebody on Instagram.
Thank you.
And then I check it out and I'm like, oh, this is real. We have like 250
Can I ask a
representatives
question?
from all 50 states.
How many of you are visiting Israel for the first time?
All in Israel. Look, yeah, look. They're taking
How many
them
have
on
been
a
here
tour,
before?
whining and dining them,
Wow,
showing them
too.
all the cool sights. They're
Well,
taking
welcome
them to the wall, making them pray on the
to all of
wall.
you. It's
All
very
this
good to
stuff.
see you here.
It's basically
with,
they're taking
Prime
our
Minister Saar,
representatives. They're supposed to represent
and,
us here on American
Deputy
soil.
Minister Shahin Askel and our
And-
ambassador
and
to Washington.
they're-
Nikhil. Stand up. Look at this man. Look at this
What
man.
is the word? They're not. They're corrupting them. They're seizing them for themselves. It's
He,
crazy. How are we
Nikhil
letting this
represents
happen? They're not
The
focused on our
greatest
agenda.
military
They're
comeback
focused
in
on
recent history.
what they can do for
On
them.
October 7th, we were attacked with no provocation by the Hamas monsters. They murdered 1,200 of our citizens. They burnt babies alive. They raped and then murdered women.
See, why would you even talk about that? The only reason you would talk about that is because you're trying to paint a picture to the audience that these people are just complete beasts. They're monsters. They have no soul. And what they're all trying to do is they're trying to make us lose our humanity to different people. It's not just one thing. It's like the left lost its humanity towards people that have like the Christian values that want to go out and debate, like Charlie Kirk. And I guess you could say conservative people and Israeli people, Jewish people, a lot of those people, they might, think that Hamas are a bunch of monsters and they have no souls and they deserve to die. And like, I could go on and on, I'm scrambled on that. Okay, the Chinese people and the Muslims that live in their country, like we have to stop losing our humanity. We have to think that everyone is equal. Everybody has the same right to draw breath. Now, I'm going to get off my stump. That's my little pitch about humanity. I love you guys. I love Jesus. I hope all of you have a great day.